YouTube can also enjoy this conversation and they can watch live our program. So we are live on YouTube, and let me welcome the YouTube audience and audience of other social media, social platform as well. So today's topic is very important topic. It's all about positive mental health. And you all know how critical it is because of the pandemic and all the challenges we had gone through. And today's guest speaker, he is going to talk on this subject through playful and cheerful mindfulness, how we can manage our mental health smartly. So if you're ready, please put in the chat box, yes, I'm ready. And also mention what's your name, from where you're joining, and what's the energy you are bringing in, so that our guest speaker can know you, our guest speaker can interact with you, and he can deliver his content, his message powerfully, so that you all can enjoy and you all can get benefited. Please keep on putting your name, from where you're joining, and what's the energy you are bringing in. And please help me to welcome today's guest speaker. He is Dr. Mohamed Nageeb. Yes, he is a neuropsychiatrist, NLP mind coach, transformation consultant, and not only that, he has a mission, and his mission of life is to heal people holistically by transforming their lives incredibly. And he's also a healthcare, consumer and pharma medical affairs lead with 20 years of diverse international and Middle East and North Africa region experience within leading multinational pharma companies like Pfizer and all. So please help me to welcome Dr. Mohamed Nageeb with the big round of applause. And I request Mr. Nageeb to please come live, sir. And floor is all yours. Please interact with our audience. Over to you, Mr. Nageeb.
Hi, everyone. Good evening and good afternoon and good morning if the people are there in US or other countries. I hope you can see me well. You can see my presentation. And thank you, Conan. Thank you, Empowerment Talks team, for giving me the opportunity to be one of your guest speakers. And as Conan mentioned, that whatever we have passed through in whole life and what we have passed through in 2020, this needs some resilience, some practical, flexible, mindful mindset. And this is where I'm always looking for either to manage mental health with medicine as a psychiatrist, with talks as a psychologist, or now as an NLP or a life coach or a hypnotherapist or a timeline therapist, or as a human being. Because one of my legacy dreams and the things which I want to leave behind me is healing people. And if there are some people who are sinking down, who are diving deep down in their sorrows and their depression and their limiting beliefs, it's my mission throughout my whole life, since I was even at school, to bring them up from the bottom to the surface of the water. And my next mission, if possible, bring them from the surface of the water, fly high up in the sky, mentally good, mentally high, mentally super, and driving your own potential, how to become your own mental health king or queen through a very practical ways, which we will go through our talk today, is how to make your mind as a park. And this is my theme, mindfulness park. Either a park of a mindfulness or the mindfulness spark. This spark always comes from you, within you, and you are the only one who is responsible to spark and ignite your life. Through two different playful and cheerful methods, because you cannot live a positive life unless you do believe that playfulness, cheerfulness in doing everything you do on daily basis, on weekly basis, on monthly basis, at work, with family, with relatives, in love, in health, in the gym, in the cafe, everywhere. Every 1 hour counts in your life, and this needs to be played in a cheerful and mindful and playful mindfulness. And this is where I will take you to another question. And let me ask everyone here, what do you think is controlling your behavior? Is it your conscious voluntary mind which makes you make decisions? Or it is your subconscious automatic involuntary mind? And just let me put in the chat here also the percentage. If you think your conscious mind takes the control or your subconscious, how much percent you think that your conscious or subconscious mind is having the biggest percentage of leading your life and mind? Let me see it in the chat. Good. I'm seeing different results. Okay, I know you've been attending so many presentations and so many conscious versus subconscious mind talks, but what's really astonishing that still the differences and the identification of your conscious mind versus subconscious mind differs between one another, and how much percentage even differs between one and another. And whatever you are thinking that the percentage of the conscious mind having the control over the subconscious, is it 50-50? It's 90-10. This is very astonishing that all of us, we think that we are in the full control of our life, our mind, our thoughts, our decision. However, it's only 10% your active conscious mind is making the control and taking the decision. However, 90% or your decision actions, the things or the plans you will execute, the skills and the talents that you will be using to execute this decision comes from your subconscious, your past experiences, your learnings, your habits, your spiritual connections, your intuitions, which is subconsciously done. And that's why our number one tip today, you cannot separate your spirit from your body, from your mind. They are all working in synchronicity. And this is where a mindful person is versus another non-mindful person. It's how he's making the synchronicity and the coherence between his spirit, his body, and his mind to make him live a better life. Because all of us, me and you, Conan, everyone here, we all see the life through different channels. We can say that these are the 5 senses that we are using. Through your vision, your touch, the way you hear things, your smelling, and the taste. Even negative things have taste. Positive things has another flavor taste. So once you are sensing all of these actions, events in your life, it takes a parameter of your day, of your life, of your week, translated within your body into meanings. And this is what creates emotions. And these emotions, either you generalize it, or you distort it, or you delete it. As long as you're so powerful, how you can change the things that either to stay within your mind or to reject it or to flush the toilet on it. And then you have your perceived reality mixed with your psychology and your physiology. Then it will create your behavior, your reaction. And this is the key secret, because at the end, your results reacting to events is determined on you. All of us, we face events. I might face an event that everyone is facing. Salary finished by the 2nd week of the month. So how would you react? What would be your behavior? What are the actions that you will take to complete the rest of the month with no salary? So here, if you ask 10 people about what their actions and what their behavior, what they will do, you will hear 10 different approaches, 10 different decisions they will make. And this comes the essence from our difference. And another way that if you are going to depend on which behavior that you will take or which result or action, it is based also on which preferred mode of learning. What are the dominant way of learning? Is it visual? Is it auditory? You need to hear it as a text or a voice, or you need to touch it and practice with it. So these are the preferences that we are giving an example of 50% to moving and touching versus 40% of hearing it or 10% of visualizing it in photos or movies. This is wholesome, creates our learning method. And if you ask yourself one question, and this is the second exercise, ask yourself, if you are looking to your visuals or auditory or touching and playing with things, which one is more dominant? Because having this identification of the dominance of learning tool will depend on how much you will be successful of learning new things through visuals or through hearing or through practice. So just put here as an example, what is your most number one learning method? Is it visual? B? Is it auditory? A? Or is it kinetic? Or if you are a good professional learner, you can have, of course, the right balanced answer is, I'm using all of them. I'm using my auditory, I'm using my visuals, and I use practice. So just put in the chat here, what preference is yours and how much percentage do you think you give yourself? Well, good. I see different results. Well, I didn't put my chat, but for me, I am more into visual. So illustration, pictures, patterns, and shapes even consists like 50% of my learning. And then it comes to 30% of moving, touching, doing, and learning by actions and learning by doing. And very few percent I give to auditory, because usually I want to see things, I want to practice things rather than just hearing them. And what we perceive, whatever through visuals, through auditory, and through text, and through practice, this is what creates our perception. And when it is perception is moving on, then it is projected. And this is a very nice theme in neuro-linguistic programming, is perception is projection. So whatever your thoughts are, it will be projected in your life. And this is, you have to be very careful, because if your perception is negative, you will be projecting negative thoughts, and this will be followed by negative results and negative actions, and vice versa. If your perception is positive, looking at the bright side, the benefits rather than the cons, then your thoughts will be positive, and then your actions will be positive. Another exercise is, and I want to make it very interactive with you. You see, most of us, we have a domain in the brain, either the right side or the left side, left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. The left hemisphere is for the logical planning, facts, task orientation, structured, and systemic thinking, which we think it's a bit of the conscious mind parameters. However, some people with the right brain dominance, they have the creativity, the emotions, the impulsivity, the spontaneity, pictures, looking out of the box, being multitask and practical and emotional and impulsive. So just a question here and put in the chat, what do you think yourself? You are a left brain dominant or you are a right brain dominant? Let me tell you at the end, the nice good answer is I am balanced. I'm a right and mixed, right brain and left brain. I don't have a dominance. Whatever the situation, I use my brain. If it's a subcritical issue, a conscious issue that needs to be taken decision, I use my left brain. When it is emotional, when it is creative, I use my right brain. But fundamentally, most of us and me, I'm right brain dominance rather than left brain dominance. So let me hear your comments about your left brain, your right brain, and the percent. The right answer is being balanced. being situational. You use your right brain when it is needed. You use your left brain when it is needed. You use both of them when both are needed in the same situation. This is, for me, this is my right answer for it. And your talent is how to learn, activate your left brain if it is not the dominant one. And for me, I need to learn how to activate my left brain to make it balance and counteract the dominance of the right brain. And this is bringing us to The Secret. Of course, you know The Secret movie and the Secret YouTube videos. Everybody's speaking about The Secret, The Secret, The Secret. Actually, it's not has becoming a secret now. But when I first see this photo, it's a very simple photo. It is running around mindfulness and how you can, on a wheel, on 4 wheels, if your life, if your mindset is a nice, luxurious Bentley or Maybach car, you need to run it on 4 healthy wheels. One of these wheels are your body. So you need to exercise, make physical activities, good nutrition, and I will take you through quick tips, quick fixing tips across each dimension of these. The other wheel would be your mind, to increase your mental flexibility, your mental agility. And this is very crucial now in such era, post-COVID, during the COVID. Our next coming future is how to challenge ourselves and to be flexible. Flexibility, dear people, believe me, it is now one of the weapons that we must depend on and use, flexibility and agility. And how much is your brain is agile, how much is your right and left brain are working together, how much is your conscious mind versus your subconscious mind are collaborating together and not competing. This will lead to more healthier emotions, how to handle emotions and life relations, your wife, your husband, your kids, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever, your relatives, your parents, your kids. So complement all of this with the 4th wheel, the spirit, your relaxation, your meditation, your trust, your bigger trust in God, in Buddha, or whatever your God creator, or whatever your biggest simple spiritual and life guide. Then you have to make the balance of all these wheels, because no Bentley, no Maybach will run on a highway smoothly and successfully unless the 4 wheels of our whole life is working together. And let me take you here to the mindfulness pillars. And these, I do believe these are the fundamental pillars of how to practice your mind, paying attention to the soul in the present moment. Because not all of us, they are really aware of how much capable your brain is, how much your soul is capable of, how much your emotions, how much your skills are capable of. All they are all integrated together. If they are all united, bring the best of you. Number 1, you have to have this mind awareness. Your mind need to get out of this box blocked that you've been living in for years. You need to get your soul out, your energy out, your body out, your emotions out in a healthy way. Number 2, you need to embrace the power of now, because most of us, I don't want to hear specify a nationality, across the whole world, Indian, Arabs, Northern Europeans, Americans, many of us, we do still live in the past. We embrace the old past. But actually, the good people who are having the significant awareness, they are the people who are really capable to embrace the power of now. Now, today, we are 1st of November, 2020. Now it is 7:30 p.m. here in Dubai. It's 8 or 9 o'clock maybe in India. And it's other country in Egypt, it's 5:30. I mean, if you live and embrace the power of now, what are the blessings that you are having now? What is the time now? And then you need to live the power of now. Number 3, you need to disconnect of the noise. We are always having noise, part of our day, part of our life. You have to disconnect and shut it down. You have to mute it. Get away from it, disconnect from it, ignore it, block it. As you are blocking some people on the Facebook or some people on the phone, you need to block the noise in your brain, inside your brain. And you need to let go of the life painful attachments, like events, money, relations, or life happenings. Because it happened, it took took its time in the timeline. But now we are in a different time zone, so we have to live the time and live the now. You need to feel and understand others' emotions, circumstances, and inner feelings, but don't let other people's emotions and thoughts dominate you, or don't become a slave of others' people's emotions. They have their life, they have their emotions. You can touch it, you can support them, you can heal them, but don't get involved too much, because balance is the theme, not to get involved with others deeply. You need to control and reduce your daily stress, life suffering, responsibilities, worries, and pain by compassion. So there is always a balance between empathy, compassion, and support. So don't let empathy and compassion overdrive the word support. So when you are supporting, helping, and healing people, preserve some of this healing power to yourself. And you need to practice it. And this is a very nice exercise I'm telling everyone. Changing your mindset and becoming aware and becoming positive. It's like going to the gym or being on a diet. You need to practice it. You need to make it a daily habit, because if you don't use it, it will get spastic and get redundant. So practice mindfulness. You have to practice it in your day-to-day actions. I'm not speaking about your morning and before sleep, this 10 to 15-minute meditation. I'm speaking about when you are dealing with your house partners, when you are dealing with your kids, when you are dealing with your colleagues at work, with your boss at work. You need to be mindful, aware, don't fall in the trap, be cheerful and be playful. And focus on yourself without judgment, without labeling, without profiling of yourself and others. Don't be a victim, and don't let others to make you a victim, and don't allow others as victims to become your masters. You are your own king, you are your own queen. So focus on yourself, number one, and then help others. And believe me, if you are not living your life at the full time till heaven, it won't take any money or career or family. You have to know this. You are not going to take anything from life in heaven, nothing but your legacy, which will be left even behind you, but your own self. So you have to live the moment. And there is no guru needed. You don't have to go to gurus or go to mountain, high top mountain. Of course, it's nice to do, and I embrace going there. And I wish I could, if I have enough money, go there to the Himalaya or Tibet to get spiritually washed. But it's all pure self-action and practice and mind self-control. You can do it with your own power, with your own skills. Then, if you have reached this and you cross these barriers, then you can embrace and empower it by going or following up a mentor or a guru. But first, activate the guru inside of you, activate the mentor inside of you, and then you can seek other gurus and other mentors. With Mind Awakening investment, and see yourself who you are and discover your true self. And from the conscious versus subconscious mind, let me, because I'm a physician, so at least I just want to, I know that many of you, they know about serotonin, the happy neurotransmitter, oxytocin, the relaxing love neurotransmitter, dopamine, when you are winning or getting an excited win, this dopamine is released, and serotonin, oxytocin, and dopamine are positive neurotransmitters, and they can be forced to be released or forced to be withdrawn. When you are watching a nice movie, when you are hearing a nice joke, when you are talking with people you love, this is where your serotonin, oxytocin, and dopamine is secreted, and then you feel happy. When you are winning, when you are making a breakthrough, when you are having a good thing happen to you or your family or even to the world, you have these hormones and these neurotransmitters secreted. Vice versa. Under stress, we have this harmful cortisol. This cortisol, it is the harmful neurotransmitter. This is where your fight or flight mood, heart rate, your tachycardia, your breathing, your sweating, when you feel bad or depressed or low, this is where your serotonin goes down, your oxytocin goes down, your dopamine goes down, and this is where your cortisol goes up high. And it is up to you. Of course, this is the stage before going to medicines, either pure medicine or herbal medicines, that you can activate your serotonin, oxytocin, dopamine on the expense of cortisol. Don't let cortisol to ruin your life or dominate you. Just always feel that serotonin, happiness, being in love, being winning is your usual habits. So you have these neurotransmitters always secreted. Just quickly, as we are running with time, in order to improve your eating and food, I don't want to tell you go for this keto diet or go for this system of diet. Eat less, eat early. Make more vegetables, less rice, less bread. Very simple diet. Exercise at least 20 to 60 minutes per day. You don't have time, you don't have gym, you don't have money to go to the gym. Okay, at your same place, just try to walk. Try to walk for like just 20 minutes. Relax, especially that most of us now are even working from home. That you need to stand up every 40 minutes, go and walk, stretch in place, do something every half an hour. Don't let yourself like a monument. Playfulness, cheerfulness, laughing, dancing, fun. We are not old enough. I'm still young. I'm still young till I reach my 80s or 90s. I will live the youngest life I can ever have. I will keep laughing. I will keep playing with kids. I will keep being crazy because I'm a psychiatrist. So I have to be always talking the same language with my patients. Playing the Zumba or jumping even at place. So being crazy is my advice to you. If you're not going to remember anything from this presentation, remember to be crazy. Crazy with your family, crazy with your friends, not crazy with your boss. And go away and keep away from excessive smoking, coffee, shisha, and alcohol. You like them, you love them, you adore them. Try to give them a bit of your mind and soul to the minimum. I don't want to say abort them or leave them, but at least minimize them. You have many other things to replace with. And managing time, and I think most of us now in the era of digitalization and working from home, sometimes even working up to 12 hours, because you have your laptop, you are sitting comfortable at home, so it gets you and it drives you and it even puts you in the stream like you never can quit easily. So you have to manage your time smartly. You have to get your 8 hours of sleep. And when I say night hours of sleep, from 12 to 8, from 11 to 7, or from 12 to 6 or 12 to 5, not from 4 a.m. till 12 p.m. Managing time smartly is very important. I'm advising myself, we all need to prioritize because we are thinking that everything is important and everything is urgent. Believe me, not everything is important and not everything is urgent, and you need to prioritize even the top urgent and the top important. And you have to say no. You have to learn to say no. And please, in the chat here, say no. Say no to procrastination. Say no to some people to use you, to abuse you. Say no. You have to tell the people, no, I am sorry, I'm not able to do it. I will not do it. Don't agree on everything. Don't say yes to anything and everything just to make things go. If you are seeing things that you will not do, say, I will not do, I cannot do, I am sorry. No, it's no, big no, N and O. Then you can arrange your tasks, important and urgent. And do remember one most important thing. Urgent and important to you, not for others, because usually and especially at work, or even with your kids at home, or your wife, when they're asking for something, they, from their perspective, it is top urgent, top important for them. But for you, it is not top urgent, it is not top important, because you have your own top urgent, top important list. So you need to have two lists. One is your list, what is top important and top urgent, and you prioritize. And then you need to arrange the other people list according to your preference of what is important and urgent to you and not to them. Strengthen your family, friends, and social network, because without people, you can live lonely and you can enjoy and embrace being lonely by reading, by music, by practicing alone. But living with family and people and friends and social networking is fundamental to exchange emotions, to exchange talks, and to have such an empowered talk like this. We don't just want to wrap you up to be more conscious, adapt fast, think quickly, act timely, be flexible and agile, remain calm to deal smartly with no worries and uncertainty. Because when you are worried and anxious, then you are disturbing your mind from thinking clearly. Believe me, everyone now can think about one issue happened to him, critical issue. And because he was worried and because he was anxious, he couldn't think clearly, he couldn't reach the proper decision or action. So when you clear your mind, you will leave the space to your conscious mind and even subconscious mind to bring out solutions, because anxiety will consume your whole matter, your whole brain, your whole soul, your whole body. Your blood pressure will rise up, your breath will come more faster, and you will be distorted. You need to flush this all away, and you need to calm down and focus only on solutions. And this is the positivity in crisis. How to get out with solutions, with positive actions, not with anxiety and emotions, because they never benefit you and will never benefit you. Forget about the news. You don't need to read the news or go through the news. Unwanted negative media. Most important, unwanted negative people. And believe me, whatever your parents are, your spouse, your husband, your wife, if your friends are negative, stay away from them, ignore them, make a barrier between you and them. Don't let their negativity and toxins affect you. Flush whatever they are spreading on you and keep away from them. Exchange your whole matter to somebody new, somebody who is positive, who is better than you, is more happier than you, somebody who can benefit you, not to bring you down, but to lift you up. Recognize good actions and always feel gratitude. Thank yourself for yourself and thank others for the good things they are doing for you. Thank me later after the end of this presentation. And always do it in a balanced way. 5 to 10 minutes break every 45 minutes, balancing between work, relaxation, playtime. Everything done with a balance will succeed and move on. Stick to positive people, positive topics. Stay away from negative, toxic people. Revert to the self-limiting beliefs. And let me hear you when you are telling to yourself, I am sure that I have a story, a negative story that I am telling myself and telling people every time about my loans. I was doing this. I was telling the people about my loans, my burden at work, my burden at life, my struggle with kids. And this is a story that you need to change. Change your story to change your life. Because as long as you keep repeating this story to yourself inside your brain and repeating it to others around you when you are sitting in a lunch, in a cafe, or in a dinner, or even on the phone, change your story. Revert your 3 limiting beliefs to a 3 motivating beliefs. And every one of us, even me, I still have a limiting belief that I need to flush in the toilet, replace it with the opposite, exactly the opposite belief. You need to revert. Speak out freely, speak up your mind. Consider yourself wrong, because you are not always right. I'm not always right. You are not always right. I'm not always wrong. And so do you. You are not always wrong. No one is always right. No one is always wrong. We have many situations that we might be right, might be wrong. You should have only the wisdom, the patience, and the awareness to identify, am I right or am I wrong? Is it the right time to quit and say sorry? Or it is the right time to say, this is my point of view and I need to fight for it and work on it. And you need to be free, the freedom of thinking, freedom of liberation yourself and resolving stressful situations fast. So we need to live the power of now, accept who you are today, and be the best of you today compared to yesterday or compared even to today morning. One nice exercise I want to take you through. It's called the 5-frame reprogramming of the mind. This is, you can do it either early morning or before you go to bed. You need to identify your thinking state and pattern. Is it positive or negative? High or low? Is it useless or is it beneficial? Whenever you are anxious or worried or thinking about things that consuming your brain and mind, just stop every half an hour or 15 minutes. Whatever I'm thinking at, is it positive? Is it fruitful? Keep on thinking and thinking. But if your answer to yourself is it's a waste, it's useless, it's negative, immediately switch it to something positive, or stop your mind from thinking, or tell yourself, or go in a dream in a Maldives and go with your high mind in Seychelles and the beach and the water and the sky. But do not waste your time. Do not waste your thoughts. Do not waste your mind. Cells is very precious. Don't waste them in useless, effortless, negative thoughts and thinkings. Then once you identify that these are positive and good, you tell to yourself, I am sorry, I love myself, I forgive myself, and I really thanking myself for being that person, that good person. Sometimes you feel that you are not that much good person, that you're not that much courage man or husband or dad, but you need to apologize to yourself. You need to say sorry. You need to love and embrace yourself, because if you don't love yourself, how come you will be able to love others? If you are not able to embrace and be positive with yourself, how come you will be positive with others, either kids or colleagues at work? Then you need to frame these positive thoughts, that these will be your symbol, your theme, your crown, that I am this new me, and then I need to put this into action, to smile, to be happy, to relax, and let worries for other worried people. You are someone who has so much good mind, good skills, and good actions and dreams to do. So focus on achieving these dreams and goals, and forget about the waste that either you was before, or that what others, or even most of the people around you. If you are telling me that because most of the people are negative, most of the people are so down, are depressed and stressed, this is most, but there is always exception. And if you cannot find an exception, be that unique person as an exception. You reach the good result and then you repeat. If you apply these methods for 21 days of practice, 42 days it will become a habit, 66 days you will master it. Self-relaxation techniques and positive affirmations. You need to have every day at least 2 buzz moments, just 2 crazy things that you need to do per day. You have to go for guided meditation on the YouTube. It's full of guided meditation. Just write down on the YouTube guided meditation. Do it at early morning, do it at night, because these are the best times that you can hack your subconscious mind. Because once you wake up, you start wearing your clothes and going out to work, then this is your subconscious mind will take over. So in order to hack your subconscious mind, early morning at the first 15 minutes when you wake up, and the last 15 minutes before you go to bed and sleep, when you are in bed, these are the best moment for guided meditation. Deep breathing, 5 inhales and exhales, 5, 5, 5. 5 seconds to inhale. Keep them for 5 seconds. And then exhale for 5 seconds. Inhale for 5 seconds, hold for 5 seconds, and then breathe out for 5 seconds. Do it 5 times. Whenever you are stressed, whenever you are worried, before you sleep, when you early wake up, struggling with the alarm, just make this 5, 5, 5. Make it a habit. Visualize your 3 positive dreams and goals with your 5 senses. Of course, I think every one of us, if not all of us, we are dreaming about this big palace on the beach, on the ocean, when your yacht is down and your Maybach and Rolls Royce and Lamborghini, 3 cars, make them 5, with a Beamer and a Porsche. Make them outside. You need to visualize these, with a $10 million in your bank account and 10 gold bars in your safe. So I have mentioned around 7 or 10 dream that these are my dreams, and I hope that I will reach them one day. I will visualize them with all your 5 senses. So you have your visual, smell them, smell the gold, smell your villa, smell your furniture, smell the ocean, hear the ocean, look at the ocean, visualize it every day, morning and evening. Apply this for 10 to 15 minutes, morning, evening, and you will be lucky to have it done afternoon as well. Then another exercise, as long as you're expanding now your positive dreams, shrink your negative roadblocks, your self-limiting beliefs, shrink your top 3 limiting beliefs, list them down, and then burn this paper and flush it in the toilet. And here I will invite you to repeat this positive affirmations. And everybody here, and Conan, I just want you to unmute everyone. We are concluding now. And let me hear you, all of you, at one time. I want everybody to unmute his mic. We will make this refreshing theme. And repeat after me. I am powerful.
I am powerful.
I am powerful.
I need to hear you more louder. I need to hear you more louder. You're not that powerful.
I'm
I'm
powerful.
powerful.
I'm powerful.
I'm enough.
I am enough.
I'm enough.
I'm enough.
Yes.
I am enough.
I'm unstoppable.
I'm enough.
Unstoppable.
I'm fearless.
Uncomfortable. I'm fearless.
Fearless.
I'm
I'm
capable.
I'm capable.
capable.
I am competent.
I'm confident.
Competent.
I'm smart.
I'm smart.
Smart.
I'm strong.
I'm strong.
I am now.
I am now.
Now.
And I am Nageeb. What is your name?
I'm
I am
complete.
myself.
I am Narayan.
I salute you, everyone. I salute you. I hope that I did something today. And let us all hear our voice. Let us begin. Let us believe. Let us behave. Let's make it a habit. Let's bring it into action. Let's step up, push our boundaries, inspire and heal the world. It's not only me that I want to heal the world. It is every one of you. Heal yourself and then go out and heal the world. Evolve and grow. Make your move. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nageeb. And if you allow me, Dr. Nageeb, can I share your mobile number to our audience?
Yes, and this presentation also, I send it to you. Also, you can because it needs to be shared. So if it's possible to share it, it's like I can say it's my gift to everyone. You can benefit from each slide. You can focus on 2-3 slides. And this is my favorite gift to you, that Conan, if you can share the whole presentation with my phone number to anyone, and I am so helpful, and I am there for you as a psychiatrist, as a psychologist, as an NLP practitioner. Forget about all these titles. As a human, I'm yours. I'm same like you, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. It's very, very powerful presentation, and I must appreciate you with your time. If you just can pull down the slides, then we will interact with the audience. And I will also request our audience to either you can write the question in the chat box, or you can use the Zoom features. You can raise your hand and you can interact with Dr. Nageeb and you can clarify your doubts. Because friends, we all have some limiting beliefs. We all have something which stops us, and we all have something, because of that, we are not able to achieve whatsoever we want to achieve. And we are lucky today that we have experts like Dr. Nageeb to help us, to give some tips. And throughout his presentation, he had given wonderful information, so much. And when you go through the slides, definitely you will recollect, you will remember, and you will apply all the tips and all the tools. But at this moment, if you have any question, if you want to interact with him, please, you can write in the chat box, you can raise your hand, and you can interact with him. So thank you so much, Dr. Nageeb. And before our audience asks something, if you allow me, can I ask some questions, sir?
Sure.
Fine. So you mentioned that our perception is the something which project our life. So it's our perception is our projection.
Yes.
So how exactly these perceptions got developed? Do we have anything, any tool to ensure that we have the right perception?
Okay, look, normally across our senses, we are translating what's happening in the exterior world to internal meanings. And this step is very crucial because whatever is happening, a normal reaction, if somebody's shouting at you and you have this 2 to 3 minutes to feel sad and bad, then either you will expand these 2 to 3 seconds, minutes, hours, weeks, or even months, or even years, or you limitate these 2 to 3 minutes and seconds. Always think about all the situation that you are now having a difficult situation, something bad happened, and then it is this moment between receiving things, receiving them, and then translating them inside your brain, and then translating them into meanings. And this meanings either be flushed away quickly if it is negative, or to be implemented inside your brain if it's positive. Same things happen when you want to project it, because if you perceived it and it, I can say, occupied your brain cells, then there will be a chemistry compound. This is same as the memory, by the way. This is the same mechanism of the memory. How do you remember things from when you are in KG or when you are in primary school? It is because this event has created a chemical compound, and then it got precipitated in your brain, even if it's a micromillimeter compound, but it got precipitated. And when Alzheimer people got Alzheimer, their disease is that these compounds are dissolved. They are not there anymore, and that's why they start forgetting. So there is always a normal perception of the accident happening and its reaction. This 2 to 3 seconds or minutes reaction should not be more than these 2 3 minutes. Then when you are projecting the reaction, either to revert it, or don't let it affect and precipitate in your mind. And another one good tip I'm always telling myself, and I'm always trying to do, many times I succeed and many times I fail, that whenever a negative situation happened, okay, I take a deep breath, I try to inhale and exhale for like 5 to 10 seconds, and then I try to see what is good in it rather than what is negative. Whatever my manager is shouting at me, my wife is shouting at me, my kids is shouting at me, I had an accident. Then I see I have this tool that I reverted to something that is better, that maybe if didn't happen, something more bad thing would happen. And the good thing that happened in this situation, that it will drive me to do something better. So perception is there, it will happen. Normally embrace it, take it, but don't let it occupy you. If it's negative, revert it to something positive or its opposite, and try to project something better or opposite of what you have projected or perceived negative.
Yeah, I think you explained very nicely. I'm taking it especially when you mentioned that if someone is shouting at you, with due respect to all the ladies in this room, for me, the husband and other friends, it's very important when your wife is shouting at you, what exactly you should do. What is the tips, doctor?
Okay, number one, look, you need to I don't want to tell you to forget that you are human. You need to act like a robot for 5 seconds. You need to listen. You need to let her listen, finish all her talk or shout, because this is a negative energy inside of her and she's bringing it out. Don't let this energy comes inside of you, because what's mostly happened with all of us, that we take this negative energy from the wife and then we absorb it, and then it becomes our negative energy, and then I don't want to say, we spoil it back at her, and then it becomes a match of negative shots. So you need to wait, let her finish all the negative talk, negative shout. You need to keep a distance. It's good. Social distancing now is very advised. So you need to keep it a bit, because by the way, having the energy near a person is better to stay away, especially if it's something good and positive and love. Get stuck. But when it's something negative or shouting, either to get far or to stay or to go up, change your posture, change your physical standing, or leave the room, or just smile. You don't need to say, I am sorry if you are not the wrong person, or you can say, I'm sorry, it's okay, calm down. And then if she don't want to calm down, okay, it's fine. Just let her bring it all out, and then you can politely leave the room and tell her, okay, let me just get something from the kitchen. You don't have to go out angry or to go to the room or to the balcony or to get your clothes on or get your car key and leave the home. Just change the posture, change the place. Just tell her, okay. Or if your wife, I don't know how much she can convert it to a joke, like, okay, I will get some cold water because I think there's a fire in the room. And if she laughs, even if she's angry, you will dilute the thing. So let her speak, listen to her. Don't always feel that you are the right guy. And sometimes even if you are right and she is wrong, her mindset and hormones and personality is different than us. Even men, they do have this hormonal changes, and we are not perfect or not angels. So if we are not weaker than them, at least if we are stronger, we have to use this power. If we are speaking that we are really men and we are so powerful, then we have to prove that we are so powerful to control ourselves.
This applies to both partners or the two individuals. Whenever there is this kind of scenario happens in any relationship, then thank you, doctor. I think it's wonderful tips to control your emotions. And as you rightly mentioned, that practice being in the present, being in the now.
Yes.
So that way it will be quite helpful to manage the situation smartly.
Yes.
Thank you. My next question, Dr. Nageeb, is related to, as you rightly mentioned, that always be in now. But it's very challenging because our mind, it always takes us either in the past because of some reasons or in future because of some fears. So how to ensure that we manage our emotions or the mind and ensure that we are always present in the now?
Okay, I have very nice tip I'm doing to myself. Regarding the past, it's put yourself on a timeline. And you are now. All the past events happened in your past, behind your back. So now if you are looking to me, I have my eyes and have my nose and mouth, and I'm looking forward. So the normal, I'm not speaking about an exception. I am now, I have my eyes in front of me and I'm looking in front of me. What has been in the past, it's behind my back. It has a certain event time. So whatever happened 2 years before or 5 years or 12 years before, it took its time and it should take its size and place at that time. And of course, there are timeline therapy that we can do and apply. You can just Google YouTube timeline therapy and how to apply a time therapy to go back in the past and delete this experience. So if you are deleting 3 or 4 major negative happenings or painful events in your mind, then your backside will be clear. So you will not have these things carried on your shoulder. So this is one important tip, how to embrace the now. The past is gone. It's in my past timeline. It's behind my back. My eyes are in front of me. So I have to look forward. So forget about the past, only get the learnings and forget about the event, forget about the emotions created. Unless there is a positive emotion, keep it. If there is negative emotion, forget it. And you forget negative emotions by embracing the positive emotions, either from the same person or event or from other situations, because our weakest point is that we usually repeat thinking of the negative or painful events and emotions. And we don't that much practice thinking and practicing positive and careful and playful moments. It happens We are happy at this weekend. We forget about this weekend and we remember the whole week of anxiety and tension and no money. Okay. So just embrace the power of now by forgetting about the past. This was my first part. If you are speaking about the future, believe me, you have to do two things only when you are thinking about the future. Either to think about now your current issue or problem, and thinking about things in the future. Things. One is solutions. What are the solutions? You have to write down on a paper or in your mind. What are the solutions or actions I can take? And second, you just need to pray. Pray and think that the positive future is coming when I am doing these positive actions. And one small mind part, and even if any negative thing happened or it didn't go the way I thought it will be or the way I wanted it, it's God happening, God giving. So I need to change my action, change my maneuvers, change myself, act differently so I might reach other results. Because the normal in life that you will face these things. We are in life, we are not in heaven. So you need to forget about the past, just give it its time and limit. Only the good things to be remembered, nice things and memories. Live the power of now. If you have an issue in the future, I am thinking about my kids, God will support. If I'm thinking about no money or loans, I will have a lawyer, or this is what I will do, I will go to jail. So what? The jail is very, very nice place and they have good food also.
It's all about reframing the mind.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, doctor. Thank you so much. And also, I remember you mentioned that be your own guru. So that's again, do self-introspection and talk to yourself and then find the answer within. Thank you. The other question.
Being lonely, by the way, being lonely is advised. It's one of the advices that I'm advising all people, that you have to stay in between your day, your busy day, your noisy day. You have to keep quiet for at least 1 hour. You have to embrace and analyze things. And if you are going for overthinking, just try to think every 15 minutes what I am thinking, the content of the thoughts. Is it positive, fruitful? Continue and going for solutions. If it is not, revert it, and I revert it into other positive dreams, or maybe some good intentions that I will be good, I will be perfect, I'm so powerful. The same 10 affirmations that I did. At least I'm consuming my overthinking. I don't want to tell you stop thinking. Keep your overthinking, but the content should be fruitful, should be beneficial, not waste, not negative.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you. The other thing coming to my mind, doctor, is that you mentioned about the mental health. So if I have to analyze myself, whether I am completely or mentally healthy or not, or if you have to advise our audience how to check like some 3 or 5 points so that we can ensure that I am mentally healthy and I don't have any problem, or I should not take any action, or if we can identify that I have to work on certain areas. So how can we ensure that we check our mental health status?
Okay, there are two simple tests. One of them is you know yourself. This is number one. Like, I know myself and I know what's good in me and what is bad. Okay, either I know it because I am aware, or people are always saying that, Nageeb, you are nervous, you are hyper. This is the most things that I am nervous and I'm hyper and I'm so active. So either this is good or bad, but I mean, there are things that you know by yourself. So this is your number one test for intuition. Do you feel that you are mentally healthy or normal or ill? So this is number one. Number two, what others say about you in the fights, in anger, in the time that you are not in full control. And there, I can send you on the YouTube and on the Google, you can Google it, mental health assessment. Of course, we have a psychiatric Hamilton, we have some, but these are more I can say diagnostic tools, how to identify your either depression or anxiety. Is it mild, moderate, or severe? And there are different psychology tests, which called the mental assessment score. It's either 10 questions or 20 or 100 questions, and it will give you a score. There are many. So the simplest way is to identify these 10 questions regarding normal behavior in normal situations. And then you will give yourself a score, and then it will identify, are you mentally normal or healthy, or you are ill and you need to have a consultation with a psychologist or a psychiatrist. I can share with you a couple of tests later on.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you so much. I think your conversation is very powerful. I wish this could have been continued, but we have the time limitation, doctor. And I must, on behalf of Empowerment Talks, all the audience, I sincerely thank you. Heartfelt gratitude coming to our platform within very short notice. So thank you so much. So I would like to know what is your experience coming on our Empowerment Talks platform and sharing your insight with our audience. How do you feel, sir?
First, thank you very much, Conan, and thanks for Empowerment Talk team. I'm a student in Empowerment Talk School since April, and I started end of April or maybe May. I can say that I attended more than 100 sessions. Because of my busy work time and family time, I could not attend all of the sessions. Although I am going back, this is something good that all you have recordings at YouTube and on your Facebook. So you can never miss a talk. And some talks and many talks, if it is relevant to me or my practice or to benefit me as a human, because at the end, I'm a student in Empowerment Talks. This is what I can say. And thanks for bringing this student one time to be at the board. And then I will go back to my student desk.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I'm sure that we would like to have you again on Empowerment Talks, the platform with some other subjects, which are definitely going to be helpful for our audience, because with your experience and your expertise, we would like to get benefited, sir. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for sharing your insights. I believe personally I have learned many things, and I'm sure our audience might have learned many things. So thank you so much once again, and may God bless you. Be healthy so that we keep on interacting with you.
Thank you very much, Conan. Thanks for everyone. See you.